Industrial sectors today report an acute demand for safety leadership, yet the majority of qualified applicants face immediate rejection. Even with years of field experience, a professional's resume is often filtered out and discarded within seconds of being submitted. This happens because roughly 99.7% of recruiters use applicant tracking systems. These are software intermediaries that act as binary digital filters for incoming files. Keep in mind that this is educational career advice, and specific hiring practices will differ depending on the organization. When you upload a file, the system strips away visual presentation, parsing the document into plain text and binary data. With complex layouts, the software fails to parse the structure. It scrambles your work history and moves the file into a rejection bin. Advanced degrees and industry certifications are frequently ignored if the software cannot map them to the correct data fields. Success in the job market requires more than technical competence. To pass the initial screening, an applicant must provide data in a format the machine can actually read. To understand exactly why these rejections happen, we can perform a post-mortem on resumes that fail to clear the digital screening process. The first issue is the generic summary. Objective statements that focus on what the applicant wants from the company take up space that should be used for searchable data, but a targeted summary is far more effective. It should lead with specific industry experience and mention proficiency with regulatory standards like OSHA or ISO 45001. The second major issue is the lack of quantified achievements. Listing passive duties like managed plant safety provides the software with very little useful information. Safety programs must be translated into metrics to show a measurable impact. Documenting a specific reduction in your recordable injury rate proves your effectiveness. Metrics like TIR and the experience modification rate are essential. They provide the data points needed to assess operational risk. Without these numbers, the ATS records your experience as a simple list of duties. It fails to identify the ROI you provided, making it difficult for the machine to prioritize your file. If the resume passes the software filter, it reaches a human recruiter. But that initial human review typically lasts only 5 or 6 seconds. This is where the 2-foot rule is applied. A resume must be structured so that its most important qualifications are obvious from a distance. Passing this scan requires bold headers, chronological work history, and enough white space to prevent a cluttered page. Even a clean layout will fail if there is a semantic keyword mismatch. If you use generalized terms instead of the industry's specific lexicon, the system may flag you as unqualified. Solve this by mirroring the language in the job description. Instead of stating you investigated accidents, use technical terms like root cause analysis or OSHA 300 record keeping. When these terms align with the employer's requirements, it ensures your field experience is categorized correctly. Effective resume writing is a problem of semantic targeting. To clear the filter, you must adopt the exact regulatory terminology the target employer uses. Let's turn these principles into a rapid-fire checklist for an EHS resume makeover. Place high-value certifications like the CSP or ASP near the top of the document. This immediately satisfies the initial compliance screening. Stripping away complex formatting allows the software to parse your information accurately. It ensures your history is searchable for recruiters waiting on the other side. Use this same optimized data across your LinkedIn profile and cover letters to maintain a consistent professional presence. Following this process bypasses the automated filters and places your qualifications in front of a human decision maker. Your safety expertise and field experience cannot help your career if your application never reaches a real person. For more strategies on safety career development, subscribe to the HSE Study YouTube channel. Mastering the mechanics of the ATS ensures your qualifications are seen. It turns a document into an interview, putting your expertise exactly where it belongs.